Life is full at the moment, in the best possible way. I'm a busy mum of 2 children, which I adore, but managing the household and the job, and actually we're moving to New Zealand in 2 months, so that's quite a significant project as well. It's a lot, and I'm guessing if you've clicked on this video, then you're also in a similar season of life. So I thought that in today's video, I would share some of the weekly planning systems I've implemented that genuinely have really helped me. So these are not things I've just made up for this video. These are tried and tested. I genuinely use them week in, week out, and I hope that maybe they might inspire you in some way. Perhaps you'll get at least one idea that you can implement and help you reduce the mental load too.
So let's start with the first planning system that completely changed things for us, or well, at least me anyway, and that was upgrading our command centre at home. Now, if you don't already have one, or you're thinking, Jenny, what's a command centre? I basically mean a central place where the whole family can see what's going on. So whether that's a paper calendar or something on your fridge, the key is that it's visible to everyone, so you as the mum is not being relied upon for being the human calendar who remembers everything for everyone. For us in the beginning, that looked like a set of magnetic whiteboards, so I would put that on the fridge, one for the month, one for the week, and I would also add meal plans on there and transfer from our electronic Gmail calendar any events that were taking place that week. We would also add our shopping lists there. And while it worked to a point, it did have like a few major issues. Firstly, it was a lot of manual effort for me to keep transferring everything across. And also things could get easily rubbed off. As soon as someone walked past it, half the stuff I'd written would be wiped off. And I'd have to do it again. I was really looking for something more all-encompassing, and that is when I found the Skylight Calendar, and honestly this has made such an impact to our day-to-day. Whilst it's not cheap by any means, I see it as a longer term investment. I think this is something that we'll be using as a family for many years to come. We paid £280 that was, and then a £15 shipping fee on top of that. I also paid the £30 annual subscription fee so that we could have photos displayed. So that basically acts as a digital photo frame when the calendar is not in use, which I really liked. So we did pay for that. What I really like about the Skylight Calendar is how it syncs to other calendars. So I can still have my Gmail, James can still have his Gmail, and yet it pulls all into one view, and it's a two-way sync. So whatever I add to Skylight will be reflected in my Gmail if I want it to be, and vice versa. I would say we've already got our money's worth out of it. It's so interactive. It's so much more than just a calendar. The AI functionality on it is fantastic. I'll give you a little bit of a tour now.
When you come into the calendar, this is the month view, and you can have it set. You can have it as a week view. You can have it as a day view. You can have it as a schedule view, whatever suits you best. And where we usually have it on the month view, where there are more events than space, you just click on the day and it tells you all of the other events that are taking place that day. You can add events directly from the calendar, but I prefer to use the app. So if I just show you on my phone, the app is here, and sorry, sorry, a bit wobbly. So if you just add another event here, you can see at the top, and this is what I love about Skylight. Sorry if this is a really bad way of showing you. I was just trying to think of how to film it so you could see both at the same time. You can either take a photo of something, so you could take a photo of an appointment card. You can use the mic to tell the calendar what appointment you want to add in or what event you want to add in. You can upload a photo, so a photo of a school letter or something, or you could forward an email, and the AI sidekick will automatically create that event. So let me just show you that now. I'll do a little fake one. Create an appointment for Leo at 3 p.m. on August the 31st to go to the doctor's. And then you can see it's just importing that. It says tick. Let's see if it's done already. And if on the Skylight Calendar I scroll down, I go to the 31st, and you can see it's scheduled that. It's amazing. So I think that's just such a great feature. And I see that being even more useful when Leo starts going to school. I understand the school admin is a lot to keep on top of. You can also filter the calendar. So I've got all of these profiles set up. I know you wanted to filter the calendar by me. That's my nickname within this family. Then I can just see all of my appointments. Just noticed on that, check boobs, that's your reminder, ladies. Make sure you have something in there every month to remind you to always do that check. So you'll see we've got the profile name of the members of the family at the top, and you can access it by just clicking on the name or going to task. But if I just click on the name, this is where you can set up routines, you can set up chore lists for older children. I've just put some example ones in here, and if I show you, you can just add a new one. So if I say shoes on, and you can put an emoji if you want to, do a laughing face, because how often does that actually happen? And I'm going to put that as part of a routine, and you can repeat every day, every week, whatever suits. And this is a morning activity let's put it for Leo. Add that. And there you can see, and then for older children, they can then come up to their task list and click once they've done it, and it gives them a little visual reward. We also use this for meal planning. I haven't populated this week's yet. I was just going to show you how I would do that. So again, I tend to do this on the app. I would come in here. You can either go through the sidekick and you can take a picture of a recipe. You could take a picture of a handwritten recipe or speak into the microphone as we did with the event, and it would translate that into ingredients and instructions in the meal planning section. Or you can come in this way and do it here. So as an example, I'm going to do breakfast for Monday the 25th, and I'm going to say I want to add it to the grocery list as well. And I will just use the mic, and I'm going to say, find BBC Good Food American Fluffy Pancakes recipe. And there it is. And then I can go to the recipes, choose it there. Oops, add to grocery list, sorry. Select it there, add it to the 25th. That's breakfast. So I'm going to say add. And there you can see it's within the app. It's been added there, sorry, within the calendar. And if I go to the grocery list, everything that was in the recipe has also been added to the list. And you can edit this if you've already got things, but it just makes things so easy. And if I was to go on to the American Fluffy Pancakes recipe here, you can see that I've got the ingredients and I've also got the instructions. So if you've got this out on the kitchen side while you're making the meals, it just makes it so handy.
My second weekly planning system, which sounds like a very obvious one, but I thought I had to include it, was to do an online food shop. We've tried various methods. We used to do an Aldi click and collect. They no longer do click and collect now, unfortunately. Then we'd start going to Lidl first, that was next to Tesco's, just to keep the prices down. But in the end, we realised that the time it was taking us to do that, the benefits just weren't outweighing that. It was taking like 3 hours out of our week to do a food shop. And when we're busy and we've got jobs to juggle as well, we just needed that time back. I have a reminder in my calendar every Tuesday to do the shop. I repeat the order and then edit it to save time. And now the whole process end to end takes me max half an hour. It arrives at the door. I personally have found that a real time saver and just reduces that stress. So this next system, it might be a bit, I don't know, might feel a bit formal, and it's definitely not sexy, but I honestly think it's more romantic than resentment, which is basically what I was feeling. So it was probably about 5 months ago now that we started this, and we basically have a weekly meeting. It's where we discuss all things admin. So it's usually for an hour across a lunchtime whilst the children are at nursery. So it's like our lunch break at work. And we start off by going through the calendar. So what's happening that weekend, any big events that month, any dates that either of us need to add to the calendar and talk through. So Leo and Frankie have a party on the Sunday.
Is that the one I have to take them to? I thought it was your turn, but yeah.
And then there's one at Mason's is the following weekend, so I will do that.
Oh, the calendar, yeah. So there's a squash thing.
Yeah.
On the 13th of September.
Mm-hmm.
Which might be fun.
What, like a tournament?
It's the 50th anniversary of my club.
All right, like an evening thing.
Day thing. It's like it starts at 10 a.m. like a little mini tournament.
Oh, nice. What, like so the family can come?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do that. That'd be so cool.
With like a little, I think there's like a little barbecue and stuff afterwards. So
oh, nice. Then we also discuss the children, anything that we need to align on in terms of parenting. James also runs through the budget, so he keeps us on track with our budget, which is especially important at the moment as we are just about to make the move to New Zealand. So we'll talk through that. We also now go through our New Zealand plans, so update each other on tasks we're responsible for. Oh yeah, should we pay now? So it's like, no, we don't actually have to pay until 2 weeks prior to travel. So we don't have to fuss around with it. We do, so if we don't need that, like ticket, I might do that. And anything else administrative. And the reason why I find it's been really helpful for us, it means that the rest of the time I'm not trying to like grab 5 minutes here and there to talk through boring admin stuff, and the time that we spend outside of that weekly meeting is actually about having fun and just being ourselves. It just keeps the mental load balanced. It avoids, for me, last minute stress. And I think, as I said, it helps us to actually enjoy our time together instead of it becoming just a logistical catch up. It was a while back now we've started using a meal prep service. I know there are lots out there. We use Mindful Chef, and as I said, have done for a while. They are, I believe the founders are based in Devon. We like them. The ingredients are fresh. It's non-dairy. You can select what particular dietary requirements you have, and it just takes the stress out of the dreaded question, what's for dinner? It means we eat well in the week. I always go for the high protein option, so I also know exactly what macros we're having and can just input that directly into our calorie counter. And it saves us staring at the fridge at the end of a long day thinking, what should we cook? It's just easy and quick, and I would not be without it. I hope that we find a similar service in New Zealand. Tonight, I have chosen number 17. We're doing this one, the wild caught smoked salmon and charred sweet corn dal. Smash it like that, and then the peel comes really easily. One of my best friends Max taught me this. James says I can't film this because he says that I've made them look too ugly. But this is the finished result. Yum! And the last system that I swear by is having a Sunday reset routine. So I've actually made a video about this, so I will link that in the description if you want to check it out. I just think it's so important to have time where you're setting yourself up for success for the week ahead. So this is when I'd catch up on washing, I'd prep meals for the week ahead, I'd have a look at the calendar and just get organised so that you're not feeling like you're chasing your tail throughout the week. So that concludes today's video. I really hope you found at least something in there helpful. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below and I will do my very best to get back to you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.